Merry Christmas, YouTube. This is Matthew Wolfstein here. After a very long hiatus, having to deal with getting college done and going to graduation, I can now get back to my regularly scheduled program of making YouTube videos for you. As you can appropriately tell, I'm going to do a Christmas video. It's pretty much going to be like an overview of the gifts I got for Christmas and everything. And, you know, this hat doesn't seem to fit the occasion. Give me 1 second. Much better. This hat I actually got on the date of my graduation, which was December 15th, by a fellow New Mexico fur named Kami. So, if you're watching this, Kami, thank you again for the hat. I really like it. The first Christmas gift that I got today, as you can probably tell that's been around my neck, is a scarf from Hungary. My brother Justin, who is in the military and was visiting for the holidays before he gets deployed back out to Germany on the 1st of January, he stopped by Hungary and got myself, my sister Courtney, and my other brothers Logan and Hunter these. And, I mean, look at that. It's perfectly Christmas. And when you, when you wrap it around your neck, it fits really comfortably. You can gently wrap it around. I mean, it's got the festive colors. So this was a really cool gift. So let's continue on and look at the other gifts I received today. Here they are. As you can tell, they really do say a lot about me. Let's go ahead and start with the socks, because you can never have too many socks. And besides, they're the nice black dress socks, so I could be able to use them for any kind of occasion, dressing up occasion, going to a fancy restaurant, you know that. This gift I actually got from Carrie on the date of my graduation. I think actually before graduation. A copy of Pokemon Ultra Moon with a really cool poster to go along with it. As we move over here, this gift was given to me by my grandfather. A 2000 XL puzzle that is basically Disney related. And if you look really closely, there's Robin Hood. Can't go wrong with Robin Hood. I mean, after all, his movie pretty much kind of created the whole idea of saying, yeah, you know what? Those anthropomorphic animals we see in animated movies and television shows, let's make a community around that. So, yeah, I don't know how true that is, but I just want to go with that. And possibly the most movie nerd shirt I could ever get. This is so awesome. My nickname is Groot, but my full name is I Am Groot. So if you see someone walking about the street wearing that shirt and having a mustache and the hat that Kami gave me, you can pretty much go, yep, that's definitely Matthew. The next Christmas gifts are all Blu-rays. So we're going to go to the obviously huge Blu-ray shelf. Now, I'll try my best to make sure the camera is steady because I'm going to be filming with one hand and pulling Blu-rays out with the other. So let's start with the top level, the classic movie era. I am so glad that I got this. City Lights by Charles Chaplin from 1931. I remember seeing this movie in my film comedy class, or history of film, I think it was one of the two, and I couldn't stop laughing at how incredibly genuine this movie is. Charles Chaplin was a master at pantomime and comedy, and he plays the little tramp in this, and this is probably the tramp's finest performance in a movie. So I'll definitely be checking this movie out later on through the week. As we go down, I'm going to have to move a couple of Blu-rays because when you're trying to find movies that you want to watch, or if you organize them out by year, which I do, you have to make sure you know how much to move and what you can find. Here he is. My favorite Stanley Kubrick movie, Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Criterion really did a fantastic job with this thing. I opened it a little bit earlier today, and the little dossier file that the pilots use when they're about to go over to Russia, it actually has the essay by a film critic in there talking about the movie, and so many other little goodies. I'm like, wow, Criterion, you really outdid yourself with this. This is amazing. And it's a really good movie, so if you haven't seen Dr. Strangelove, I highly recommend you watch it. And, I almost forgot, there's one more movie in the classic movie era that I got for Christmas. Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster, or known in Japan as Ebirah Horror of the Deep. This is probably the most interesting Godzilla movie to talk about because if you removed Godzilla, the movie would still work. It's like a James Bond movie. Of the two island movies that Jun Fukuda directed, which were being this movie and Son of Godzilla, I find myself really enjoying this one a lot. But I'm really glad to finally have a Blu-ray copy of it, and I will definitely give it a watch. Again, like with the other movies later this week. So, yeah, my letterbox is gonna be getting a lot of other movies in there. And of course, previous gifts that I got for past Christmases. There are all these big old collections and stuff. And then let's go ahead and move down to the modern movie era, which takes up all of this. This is all modern movie era stuff. Another Godzilla movie. I'm guessing Santa Claus must have found out that I got back into my Godzilla craze. This is Godzilla vs. Hedorah, or Godzilla vs. the Smog Monster. One of the strangest Godzilla movies to ever come out of the 70s, and that's saying something. I'll definitely give it a watch when I'm in like that weird mood. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be having a lot of Godzilla movies showing in here. Godzilla vs. Gigan, but for some odd reason when it got released in the United States it was called Godzilla on Monster Island, even though we don't stay on Monster Island. We spend a lot of time in the city. This was actually the late, great Haru Nakajima's final time playing Godzilla. He actually retired shortly afterward, and unfortunately he passed away in October of this year. But Haru, wherever you are, you will always be Godzilla. Now as we move down a little bit further, here's another one. This is actually the first Godzilla movie I remember watching when it played on TV. Godzilla 2000. This was the first in the Millennium series. And this cover art is incredible. I remember the VHS copy that I had the exact same cover art where you see everything going on, shooting at Godzilla, and then underneath it would say, "Get ready to crumble." And that actually became a slogan or a phrase in the Godzilla video games for the Xbox. So, yeah. Definitely enjoy watching that one again. And then down here, the other Godzilla movies are here, like Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, Godzilla and Mothra: The Battle for Earth, part of the Heisei series, and I just gave it a face plant, so yeah, I don't think Godzilla's gonna enjoy that. This one I actually got from Barnes & Noble, so this one doesn't count, but I just want to show it off. So these are the other two movies in the Heisei series. Now this one's interesting because we have the last Heisei movie era Godzilla film and the second Millennium Godzilla movie. But this is actually really cool. So, and as you can tell, the other ones are going to be exactly the same. So here are the two other Millennium Godzilla movies. And then finally, the last Japanese Millennium Godzilla movies before Gareth Edwards' Godzilla movie came out back in 2014. And hopefully I can put it back in with just using one hand, but yeah, so that was fun. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my little overview of the Christmas gifts I got today. If you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you want to tell me what was your favorite gift you got from St. Nicholas, a family member, or a friend, drop a comment. I like to engage in a conversation like saying, what was that feeling you got when you got the one gift you always wanted? And how was that feeling? Was it warm and cheerful and all that sort of thing? I mean, I'd really like to know. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, hit the little bell icon so that way you won't miss out on any new videos I'm gonna make. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Joyeux Noel. I apologize if I mispronounced that to anyone who celebrates Noel. And stay tuned, because on January 1st, 2018, I'm going to have a very special announcement for video content. Till next time, this is Matthew Wolfstein.